Hello, my name's Angela from Angela Simpson Functional Medicine Physiotherapy. And today I'd like to talk to you about chronic fatigue and how it might be affecting your ability to exercise and to get out and recreate and enjoy your life. And if this is you, you probably are noticing that it's affecting several aspects of your life. If you're not able to get out and move your body and do the things that you typically would like to enjoy with your friends or family members, you're probably starting to feel quite isolated. And this is really common. I do find that people that have had chronic fatigue for possibly a long time feel like slowly and gradually the things that they used to do with their friends and family has just slowly been taken away from them. And this is sometimes also something that just not only affects that tiredness in your body, that deep-seated fatigue, but it also really starts to affect your moods. And often I do find that women in particular that are in perimenopause, that do tend to have more fluctuations in their hormones at this particular time in life, if they also are managing chronic fatigue, it is quite a bit more common to have mood shifts towards depression. And exercise is so important for actually helping us modulate and regulate this. When we exercise, we're able to produce endorphins, which feed energy to our brain that help us stay calm and regulated and motivated. And it also just helps us to feel grounded in our life. And so when you take this away, it really can create a host of symptoms and it can get worse and worse. And so what is the solution to this? How can you get yourself feeling better and get your energy levels back so that you can get out and exercise, you can get out and recreate, socialize, and become yourself again? And I find that also clients that have had this chronic fatigue for a long time, they do feel frustrated and they feel like there isn't any answers and they feel like they've tried as much as they can and they're so exhausted that they just don't have it in them to try one more thing. And I'd like to relate this to a specific client that I have worked with now extensively, and she has turned her symptoms around. And this is someone who used to be very active. She used to be a high-level athlete in her teens and early 20s. So she wasn't just active, she was actually training on a regular basis. And she hit a point after she had stopped doing athletic competition, where she was just living her regular everyday life, where she actually had what is a common trigger for chronic fatigue. She ended up developing the Epstein-Barr virus. So she had mono, and she got very fatigued from this. And although she did improve, she never actually fully got better. And so she was always dealing with fatigue and even some chronic pain ever since that had happened. And she tried so many different things. She tried so many different practitioners, supplements, medications, all kinds of different things to try and get herself feeling better again because she really wanted to get her life back. She was motivated despite her fatigue. But she also was frustrated because she really hadn't gotten to where she wanted to. And she was at the point where just to go out for a walk around the block for longer than 10 or 15 minutes, she felt like she was so exhausted after this that it would take her days to recover. And so she just wasn't able to live her best life. She wasn't able to go out and socialize with friends. She wasn't able to go out and recreate with them. And so she ended up feeling quite isolated and depressed. And this is common. And if you have chronic fatigue and you're not able to get out and live your life and do the things that you enjoy, often people do feel depressed. And so what is the solution? What is the answer? And what I have found is that it's really important to look into, even if there is a known trigger to your chronic fatigue, such as the Epstein-Barr virus, for example, it doesn't necessarily give you the solution. It's really important to look at the systems in your body that are the most out of balance currently as a result of all of the potential events that have led you to where you are today. And it's only this way that when you actually look at the body and break it down into the systems and look at what systems need the most support to slowly start rebuilding and basically bringing resilience back into these systems that have just been so worn down. This is the only way to really get you better. And it does require very extensive history taking. It also typically involves some specialized lab testing to really learn where those imbalances are. And that way you can learn how to fix them. And that was the case with this particular client. Once she did the correct lab testing, we learned what systems in her body were really out of balance and needed the most work. She slowly started to feel better. And it definitely wasn't an instantaneous fix. It's taken her 8-9 months now of me working with her for her to slowly start feeling better. But she is now at the point, and this is a person who could barely get up and walk around the block, or she was tired for 2 or 3 days, where she's actually able to exercise again. So she's exercising on a daily basis. She's able to run or walk. She's doing yoga. She's able to ride her bike. She's even signed up for a few camps here and there because she can exercise again, and she's not flat out fatigued on the couch for days after. And she's also feeling less pain in her body. So part of actually getting her symptoms under control was really just learning what systems needed the most support. And she's so happy that she's got her life back now. She's able to go out and socialize with her friends. She's able to do activities with her family, with her kids again. And so she really feels like she's gotten her life back. And so I want this for you. If you feel like this is you, if you feel like you've had chronic fatigue for just, decades, and you can't seem to get rid of it no matter what you do, and maybe you've almost even just accepted that this is just the way it's going to be from here moving forward, it's not the way it has to be. There is a way to get you feeling better. You just need to learn how to do it, what are the proper steps, and have someone work with you to create an individualized treatment plan that's going to help you start to feel better until you're back to your old self again. And I'm able to help you with this. I've also dealt with this myself in my own life, and I know there is a solution. I've helped hundreds of women find out the solution that works the best for them. And so if you're interested in learning more, please feel free to get in touch with me. You can reach me through my website at www.angelasimpsonfunctionalmedicine.ca. And I'm happy to have a 45-minute complimentary consult to speak to you about this and see if it would be a good fit for us to work together so that you can work on optimizing your health and feeling like your best self again. And it's also important to talk about what will happen if you don't do this. So if you fast forward 1, 2, 5 years from now, and you're still feeling this fatigued, quite commonly, one of the systems that's the most out of balance with chronic fatigue is your immune system. And so if this goes continuously unregulated for another 1, 2, 5 years, quite commonly people will develop other conditions around this. You can be more susceptible to the real big conditions, even things such as cancer. And so it's really important to think, if I don't get on top of this now, not only am I not going to be feeling better, but I could be at risk for other things as well. So it's just so important that you learn how to actually turn this around now. And so I hope to hear from you, and thanks for watching today. And like I said, you can reach me at my website. You can also message me on my Facebook group if you're a member, Functional Medicine Physio for Women. Thank you. Bye.